everybody, Tatiana here, and welcome back to Terra-Core On Demand, where today I am going to be taking you through a 20-minute foundations beginner-friendly leg workout. So we'll be targeting the legs, we'll be targeting the booty, we will be working on our balance, and we're really just going to kind of test our feet in the water with how we can use our Terra-Core for our benefit. We'll complete it all with a warm-up and a cool-down. So once you're ready, go ahead and scoot in front of your bench where it's out of your way, and we'll start by stepping your feet out just a little bit wider than your hips. Take a big inhale, bend through the knees, extend your arms overhead. Now as you exhale, reach the arms up and over, bumping your hip towards the other side. So we're thinking about creating a really long line from the fingertips down the arm, down the rib cage, right all the way into the heel. Now go ahead and breathe in, back to the center. Exhale, up and over to the other side. Inhale brings us back to the center. And now go ahead and just start twisting your spine out. We're gonna get nice and loose. In today's warm-up, we'll be focusing on that spine as well as our hamstrings and our hip flexors. Go ahead and take one more twist, and now we are going to be turning to the side. Bring your feet hip-width distance apart. We'll take a generous bend into the knees, and then just start walking your hands all the way down towards the floor until our quads, that's the front of our leg, meets our belly. This is ragdoll or dangle pose, and this is a fantastic beginning posture to get into the lower back as well as the hamstrings. So let's stay here for just a couple more breaths, reaching for opposite elbows, and we'll gently start to sway side to side, allowing us to deepen into the pose. Put your hands back on the floor, and we'll start walking our hands forwards until we come into our downward facing dog. Space in between your fingertips. Push the floor away from you. And now start relaxing your heels one by one, cuddling the feet out, allowing you to get a little bit deeper into the calves. When you're ready, lower down to both knees. We'll step the right foot forwards in between the hands. Go ahead and take a big breath in, lengthen through the front leg, flex your ankle. And as you exhale, press that left hip flexor forwards and down. Let's do two more just like that. And on this last one, hold it here. We'll plant our left hand firmly to the floor, and then inhale your right fingertips skyward. Exhale, twist, elbow towards the floor. Two more just like that. Great job, you guys. Go ahead and plant your hand again. We'll bring our right leg back, coming back into our tabletop shape. We have our wrists under our shoulders, knees under our hips. Inhale, start to soften through the belly, arching the back and gazing upwards. And now exhale, press through the palms and round. Two more rounds. And last one. Great job. This time we'll step forwards with our other foot, so our left foot is going right between our hands. We'll breathe in and stack the hips over the knee, flexing the left ankle. And now breathe out and press the hip flexor forwards and down. Let's go ahead and do two more of those. Now as you finish that last one up, the right hand will firmly press into the floor, and we'll inhale our left fingers up. And then as you exhale, left elbow towards the floor. Re-extend for two more rounds. Great job. Let's slowly start turning until we're facing forwards, and we'll come into a kneeling stand. So what my position right now looks like is one knee underneath the hip, one leg going out to the side, with that toe facing forwards as well. Take both hands behind your head, breathe in. And as you exhale, press the hips forward. So we're stretching in the hip flexors, really working on our mobility. Breathe in and lengthen. Breathe out and shorten. One more. Great job. Now go ahead and plant your hands back on the floor and we'll do an easy transition, switching the legs out. We're now kneeling on one side, straightening through the other leg. Hands are interlaced behind the head. Inhale, exhale, press it forwards. So for any of my yogis out there, this is basically like a modified warrior two, giving us some time to find our stabilization and really focus in those tight hip flexors. Let's go, one more. Plant the hands once again, bring your knees together. And I just really want to point out with those hip flexor stretches, if you are somebody who sits a lot, maybe you're a driver, you go long distances, you're a student, anything that requires a lot of sitting, you're working from home right now like a lot of us are, it's so important that we lengthen those hip flexors out through stretching. So that was really awesome we were able to get through that. We're gonna start with our workout now. So I just wanna explain to you guys how this is gonna work. We are going to be picking 3 exercises today for us to go through 3 different rounds. So the first round is like, we're gonna practice it. And we're gonna practice it standing on the floor so we can really get our balance. The second round, we'll take it to the Terra-Core and make it a little bit more challenging. And the third round, I want you guys to really get after it and take full advantage of using the features of the instability with your Terra-Core, recruiting the core, working on stabilizing. It's gonna be fantastic. So the 3 exercises we're choosing today is going to be our squat, our lunge, and our single leg balance. So, first one, squat. What you're gonna do for your squat is take your feet a little bit wider than hip width distance. So mine look like this. You can have a slight turnout in the feet. They don't need to be perfectly forwards. And the reason they don't need to be perfectly forwards is because if we are perfectly forwards, this is the lowest at the very best we can ever get. If you have a very slight toe turnout, you can get a little bit lower, increasing the range of motion, which is something that we wanna focus on for our workout today. So, let's go ahead and set ourselves up for a squat. Feet are a little bit wider than hip width distance, slightly turned out. Core is nice and tight, shoulders are relaxed. We inhale as we lower the booty either about knee height or below or whatever is in grasp for us today. Then we exhale, stand all the way up, squeeze the tushy at the top, making those fibers fire. Let's start with 10 reps of our squat right now. Inhale, lower, exhale, extend. Great job, you guys. So just start to find a comfortable pace all the way down, pressing through the heels. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exercise number 2 is going to be our lunge. I'm gonna show you guys the side view first. So what we're doing is stepping 1 foot forwards, 1 foot back, and on that back foot, we are on our toe. Squeezing the inner thighs together, we're keeping them engaged. We're squeezing our core. Once again, we're relaxed in the shoulders. Couple options with the hands. We could go hands on hips, we can keep them in front of us, or we can lower down and then extend as we stand. That's the option I'm gonna choose. You choose the one that fits your body best. Let's go for 10 reps. Inhale, stop the knee 1 inch above the floor. Exhale, extend. Now thinking about matching that breath to the movement, breathe in, breathe out. Especially if it's starting to get hard for you to keep up with the pace that you're moving at, focus on the breath. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and move to side number 2. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Finding that stabilization, squeezing the inner thighs, getting ready. Let's do it. Inhale, lower, exhale, extend. Halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, you guys. Moving into our third and final exercise of today's beginner circuit. This is our single leg balance. So the way that we're gonna do it is find our standing leg, and then we're gonna lift that knee until it's hip level. One thing with our hip points, we wanna make sure that they are level. So we're not gonna be standing like this, we'll be pulling it down. Let's have a goal be to hold for 10 seconds. If you feel really wiggly, the best thing to do is squeeze your core and brace it just like you're doing a plank. And what's nice about that too is we get that extra ab work. And what's really nice about that is when we do it on top of the bench, you're gonna get even more ab work because you are really gonna have to use your core and stabilize. Let's do it. Kick your first foot. I'm standing on my left, so I'm bringing my right knee in line with my hip. I'm gonna bring my hands onto my hips. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now trust me, I know sometimes balance is hard, but it is so important for us to work on, so as we age, we can do so gracefully. Also, it's just gonna make every single thing that you do every single day that much easier. Let's move side number 2. Right foot is stable, left knee comes in line with the hip, check that the hips are level, embrace the core. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's kick it up a notch. Using our bench, let's start with those air squats. Both feet are stepping right on top. Feet are wider than the hips once again. Toes are slightly turned out. Core is squeezed. Let's do it. Lowering down, pushing through the heels to squeeze. Great. This is what I love. I can feel my feet needing to stabilize beneath me. Sometimes I'm pushing too much into my toes. The Terra-Core makes that really obvious. Sometimes too much in the heels. We gotta use that core to counterbalance. One more rep. That was 10 already, and trust me, I was feeling those in the quads. Let's move into the lunge. So this one's gonna be a little bit more tricky because one of our feet is gonna go on top, one of our feet is going behind. So I'm putting my left foot forwards first, right foot's on the toe. I'm inhaling, lowering down, exhaling, pressing to stand. So as you lower, use that deficit to work even harder. Knees coming below the bench. Whew. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Let's switch it out nice and easy. Right foot's coming on top, left foot's pressing back. I'm on my heel, I'm engaging my thighs. Inhale, lower, exhale, press to stand. Halfway. All right, you guys, moving into the one that I think is gonna be a little tricky. Up onto our bench, we're going through that single leg balance. So if you do happen to lose your balance, that's okay. Just try to jump back into the movement, into the exercise as quick as you can. So I'm gonna start with my left side. I'm bringing the right knee up hip level. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna give you guys a couple seconds in case you came down early and you wanna hop back up and try again. If you did come down early, don't worry, we still have one more round to get through, and you can keep doing this video over and over to keep practicing. Are you ready? Side 2, right foot is facing forwards. I'm lifting the left knee. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, that makes my calves burn, you guys. The reason that they're starting to burn is because we do have this unstable surface that we're having to use. It's making you contract your muscles and work that much harder. Let's go ahead and go for the third and final round. If you need a drink, grab one. If you need to towel off, go ahead and do that. And then meet me back on top of our step here, starting with our air squats. One thing I do want to point out before this last round too is this is a beginner's class today. However, if you want to work a little bit harder and you have dumbbells at your house, you can use those. If you want to just turn it up a notch, feel free. You can hold pasta jars, you can hold wine, you can hold whatever you have access to at your home right now. But if you're feeling good like I am, hop back up here and we'll start with those squats. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press and squeeze. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yee! Great job. So we're moving into this third and final round of lunges. Let's keep the pace going, keep the heart rate moving, starting from 10. Let's get it. Down, push. Always squeezing the back glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's move into that other side. Left foot's up, right foot's back. Breathe in, push and squeeze. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, you guys. Speeding it up like that really gets the quads growing a little bit more. I can feel that. And now we're gonna move into that balance where I know I'm gonna feel my calves as well. So step to the top, start pushing through that standing leg, lift the knee. Woo, that one got me. I knew that was gonna happen at some point. Here is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Moving to the last and final side, you guys. Pushing through that heel, squeeze it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so keep in mind that everyone does have a more stable side, everyone has a more strong side, so it's so important to work on each side individually so that you can pick up where those imbalances lie, okay? So great job going through those. Let's go ahead and cool it down. Step those feet out wide just like you started in your warm-up. We'll inhale both arms up, and as you exhale, reach towards one foot and come into a lateral lunge. Inhale brings us back to the center. Exhale, other side. Inhale brings us back to the center. Exhale, legs stay straight. Reach to the first side. Breathe in. Breathe out, other side. Breathe in. Go ahead and take your hands to your heart. You guys did so amazing today. I will see you next time.